There are very many questions that are asked about the Senior Citizens Assistance Program in Kenya. In this session, we are going to discuss 15 questions that I have been asked about the program. It is important for you to note that these are not the only questions. There are very many other questions that are asked. However, for purposes of this session, we are only going to discuss those 15 questions. Probably there is somebody who is asking, why are we discussing Senior Citizen Assistance Programs in Kenya? There are two things. Number one of the things that I have noticed is that there are very many taxpayers who don't have pension. Think about the many people who get employed and then they leave work and they go into private business. Majority of them do not have pension. How about the many people who are in business? For example, those you find in markets, traders, consultants, advisors. Unless one has taken initiative to go out of their way and get pension, majority of them will retire with no pension. It does not mean that because you have retired, you do not have need for money. Sometimes you even need more money than when you are in employment. That is my first reason, that there are very many people who don't have pension and they would benefit from this program. The other reason is that recently I happened to travel out of town and I went to the village, and there was this lady. Of course, she was over 70 years and she was asking for help. I remembered that there is the Senior Citizen Assistance Program, and I actually took some time and informed them about the program. They had very many questions and I was able to address at least most of the questions. They asked very many questions and we are going to look at 15 of those questions that they asked. And that is what this session is all about, because I realized that there are very many people who do not know about the Seniors Assistance Program in Kenya. The first question is, what is the Senior Citizen Assistance Program? This program is part of Inua Jamii and it is a government incentive. It is supposed to provide monthly cash transfer. That is, every single month, if you are registered under Senior Citizen Assistance Program, you will get a certain amount of money. Currently, the amount is 2,000. However, this amount may change. So it is important for you to be aware that this is not a fixed amount. This amount can change. It can either be increased or decreased depending on the government policy at that particular time, or whatever the government will decide. Apart from the money that is given at the end of the month, there is also the health care support for the elderly if you are aged over 70 years. Question number 2. Who is eligible for Senior Citizen Assistance? That is, who qualifies. There are certain set conditions on who qualifies for Senior Citizen Assistance in Kenya. Number 1, you must be over 70 years of age, and this is for both men and women. Now, who said that age is the disadvantage? In this particular case, unless you are 70 years, you will not qualify. Forget about that rumor that the government wanted to populate the rural areas because the young men have run away to town, and who is back in the village? It is the elderly. However, the elderly must have something in their pocket, the so-called kakitu kwa mfuko. Sometimes I think the rumor is true. Maybe it is. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Number 2, you must be a Kenyan citizen. This does not matter whether it is by birth or naturalization or whatever. The thing is, you must be a Kenyan citizen. Number 3, you must not be receiving a pension or any other substantial income. So basically, you don't have any money that you are getting from anywhere else. Now, probably someone is asking, what is substantial money from elsewhere? Is there any way that the government can be able to establish whether you are receiving money from elsewhere or not, unless it is pension? Yes. For example, if you have rental income, the government is able to establish that. Remember, that your PIN may be one of the documents that the government will require. And against that, they can be able to tell whether you're receiving any money or not. And don't forget, many times we have heard that the government wants to access our bank accounts. That means the government will be able to tell whether you are receiving money from elsewhere or not. But don't worry. So those are the 3 conditions: over 70 years, Kenyan citizen, and you do not receive pension or any other substantial amount of money from anywhere. Question number 3. How much money do beneficiaries receive? Today, as of the recording of this video, they are receiving 2,000 shillings per month. Like I had said earlier, this does not mean that this figure is not going to change. Maybe it is going to be changed in the future, and it can either be increased or decreased. Question number 4. Where can I apply for senior citizen assistance? There are basically 2 places where you can lodge your application, and the first place is Huduma centers. Wherever you live, there must be a Huduma center nearby. That is one of the places where you can apply. The second place is the local social development offices. These offices are located basically all over the country. So you can walk in there and put in your application. Let us know about those offices in the comments. Question number 5. What documents are required for the application? Currently, there are several documents that are required, and this is on the minimum. Sometimes you may go there and find that you're being asked for extra documents. However, we are going to look at the 5 documents that are required, and it is important for you to note that other documents may be required. Number 1 is your original ID card and a photocopy. So you go with the original identification card and a copy of that card, and make sure that you have taken copies of both sides. The second thing that you require is your birth certificate, and in case you don't have a birth certificate, you can always get an affidavit that is going to be the evidence that you are born in this country, or wherever else, as long as you are a citizen. The third thing that you require is a passport-sized photograph, and this is a recent one, not an old one. The other document that you require is the SHA card, SHA, but not SHA the Mwindi, the SHA card. SHA replaced NHIF. Forget about my S. Where I come from, we don't have S. The other thing that you need is your bank account details. That is in cases where the money is going to be sent to your bank account. If you don't have a bank account, then your M-Pesa details, that is the mobile money, will be required so that the money is sent to you directly through your M-Pesa or any other mobile money app. Question number 6. How long does the application process take? Now, once you apply or you put in your application and you provide all the documents, the officers will look at the documents that you have provided, and then they will make a decision between 4 and 8 weeks. It is important for you to note one thing, that this 4 and 8 weeks is not cast on stone, meaning that it can be more or it can be less. You can wait for more or you can get a decision faster. To get the decision, you normally get an SMS, and that is going to be the confirmation for your registration. So it is important for you to have a phone, and that is a working phone. And even if you do not know how to read an SMS, you can always ask someone to help you. Question number 7. How will I receive the monthly payment or assistance? Payments are normally deposited direct into your registered bank account or through the mobile money app that you are using. For example, M-Pesa or Airtel Money. The money will come to you directly. You are not going to get a check. Question number 8. What if I do not have a birth certificate? What happens? You can submit an affidavit that is sworn before a commissioner of oath, and that is going to be the proof of your age and your citizenship. We understand that there are some people who are born in places where birth certificates were not being issued, and even the government understands that. Question number 9, can someone apply on behalf of a senior citizen? For example, you live in the rural areas, but you have people who live in town. Can someone apply for you or on your behalf? No, that cannot happen. A person cannot apply on behalf of another person. However, a family member or a guardian can assist the applicant, but the applicant must be present so that their biometric registration details can be taken. Question number 10, how do I check or how can I check for my payment status? There are different ways that you can check for your payment status. That is in case you have not received your payment. Number 1 is that you can send an SMS and you're going to send the number of your ID through SMS. Number 2 is that you can visit the Inua Jamii website and you will be able to get help. Number 4 is you are going to make a phone call. Now, for many people who live in the rural areas, they will either use SMS or they will call. Now, when you go to make your application, you are going to be given the details of how you are going to get through to Inua Jamii program, where you'll be able to get help once you are registered for this program. Question number 11, what if my application is rejected? Applying for something and you are rejected is normal. Being rejected is normal, but you cannot be rejected forever. If the application is rejected, what is it that you can do? Number 1, you can reapply with the correct documents or details. If you don't provide the correct documents or details, your application may be rejected. So when you reapply, then you provide the correct documents or details. The other thing that you can do is you can visit the Huduma Center for clarification. They will explain to you why your application has been rejected. Question number 12. Are there other benefits besides the cash transfer once you register? Yes, seniors also get other benefits from the government, and the following are 2 benefits. Number 1 is a free SHA medical cover. Number 2 is you're going to get access to health care services. Many seniors do not know about these 2 other benefits. So you need to find out where you can be able to access these 2 services. Question number 13. Can pensioners apply for senior citizen assistance? The answer is no. The program is for the elderly citizens who do not have pension or stable income. Pensioners already have money coming at the end of the month. This program is for those who do not have any money coming at the end of the month. Question number 14. Is there a deadline for application? No. The applications are open throughout the year. As long as you are eligible, you can apply anytime. Remember, you must be over 70 years and a Kenya citizen. Question number 15. What should I do if payment is delayed? There are very many things that you can do in case your payment is delayed. Number 1, take action. You don't just sit and complain at home. You need to do something. Number 2, confirm your registration status using SMS, or you go to the Inua Jamii online portal. You confirm whether your registration is still active. The other thing that you can do is you can visit the nearest Huduma centers. You need to visit those places. Now, in case you need any help, you can, or you have any questions, you can call the Inua Jamii helpline, or you can visit the Ministry of Labor and Social Protection. We have come to the end of this session, and we have been looking at some of the questions that people have been asking about the Senior Citizen Assistance Program in Kenya. It is my hope that by now you have understood most of the things that you need to do. You can always call Inua Jamii helpline. Now, whatever you have learned, don't just keep it to yourself. Also, let someone else know about some of the things that we have discussed. Before you go away, there are 2 things that I want to point out to you, and these are very important as far as Senior Assistance Program is concerned. Number 1, now, I have already told you that currently the government is only giving 2,000 Kenya shillings. The question is that money enough or adequate for a senior citizen for a whole month? The answer is no. Number 2, you and me know that the government is already experiencing problems as far as tax collection is concerned. with the current economic situation and the global economic mess, the government may soon find it very difficult to continue limiting the 2,000 to the senior citizens. Now, what is it that you can do? Considering that the money is not adequate, and number two, the government may not have adequate revenues to limit to the senior citizens. What is it that you can do? Any person who is 70 years, they are still very young, considering that we are living in the modern world. And with the innovations that are happening, if you are 70 years, chances are you may go up to 100 years. This means that you have another 30 years. Can you plan for retirement again? Yes, you can. However, you need reasons, convincing reasons that will allow you to make that decision to plan for retirement again. However, all is not lost. We have a product, and this is in the form of a guide about what you can do so that you can secure your retirement in the age of artificial intelligence. This product is for those people who may be worried about how artificial intelligence is going to impact on their planning. And the title of the product is Planning for Retirement in the Age of Artificial Intelligence. In this product, we have given you 11 reasons why you need to start preparing for your retirement. By going through this product, you will gain deep understanding of the 11 reasons, and these will probably change your retirement planning. At the age of 70, you are still very young. You may live up to 100 years. So what is it that you are going to do for the next 30 years? 2,000 is not enough. You need more than that. And it is never too late. You can always restart your life. We would urge you not to miss this valuable resource. It is important for you to take charge of your retirement and secure your financial future from today. Now, we have provided the link to this product in the description of this video. Probably some of you have listened to this video on behalf of their maybe senior parents. But as you are doing that for your parents, it is important for you to remember that you are also on the way. So go ahead and learn about the product. The link is in the description of this video. Until next time, this is Dr.